So in general, how does this dispute resolution mechanism works? We have ministerial conference, like every commerce minister of every country, member country will meet every 2 years and they form one general council. So whenever some dispute arises, either this ministerial conference or member country which is being affected will call for a resolution. First they will go for consultation for 60 days. Then if they are not agreeing through consultation or mediation, they will go for a dispute resolution through WTO. So General Council forms some panel members to look into this dispute. Countries in conflict will go to these panel members. They are like experts, neutral experts. So they are appointed by this General Council. They handle this dispute resolution. So they will give some award. It is binding if both of them are agreeing. If both of them are not agreeing, one of them is agreed by order given, or if it is not, it is of opinion that it has not included all legal interpretations, then it will go for appeal. It is a 7-member body, and within 6 months it will give you its verdict, and the verdict is binding and legally on all member countries part of this dispute. So to hear an appeal, minimum 3 members are needed. This is the dispute resolution mechanism. It was happening properly. In 2020, USA and the European Union has some aluminum steel based tariff war. So they followed the verdict given by this dispute resolution mechanism. But USA, being USA, did not follow some of the verdicts and challenged the order of WTO. And it hampered the mechanism of dispute resolution mechanism. It impacted, like appellate body, 7 members need to be appointed to function, or at least 3 members are needed to hear an appeal. Since 2019 onwards, USA is blocking appointment of these appellate body members. So there is no appellate body itself. So whatever the verdict given by this first time itself, if they want to go for an appeal based on natural justice principle, they don't have any other body, and it is crumbled. It is being mismanaged by some influencing factors. Actually, if you go further into this, the decision of WTO should happen through simple majority of votes by members. But what happens in this WTO governance? They have green room meetings. They are called influence meetings. So some principal supplier or someone who is having influence over other countries, they will meet with some coalition alliances, and they will come for a decision, and they will impose on this rest of the members. So which is what being criticized by China and other developing countries. So that is why they want to form this global south. So there are some problems, like there are some limitations and criticisms about WTO. These are objections raised by USA, objections raised by developing and least developed countries, or the process that is taking, it is more than 1 year, lengthiest process. Second is appellate body functioning was hampered. Third is not following the rules of simple majority, like green room meetings, decision through green room meetings. These are the objections raised by the global south or some of the developing countries. This is the crux about tariff wars and WTO role in it. So in the present day, what is happening? Every day, top news of the day is about what is USA doing about tariffs. It is acting unilaterally. So can they go to WTO? As they can go. Do they have effective mechanism to solve their disputes? No, because USA is blocking that. So what are the other alternatives? Is it still relevant? Or do we need to go for an alternative? In 2020, USA was blocking all the appellate body members. So what? Some of the European members and China, like 20 countries together, formed one appellate arbitration mechanism on their own to resolve disputes. But if WTO is not functioning as it's supposed to, it will lead to all plurilateral agreements and plurilateral resolution mechanisms. Some may accept, some may not accept. There will not be a rule for entire globe. So we need to bring consensus. It's an effective body which was handling the disputes and rule-based order very well. But we taking the present interest of all the countries, they need to have more consensus. So since 2001, there are some Doha Amendment agenda. Similarly, they need to work on their differences. So far, we understood that WTO has some principles that wants to be adhered by every country, and they have a dispute resolution mechanism to resolve trade disputes. It is up to the member countries to adhere these norms so that everyone will have a fair and free market to access as well as to prosper their economies. So what is happening? USA is imposing unilateral tariffs and Canada is responding on its own. And what is happening? Similar to 1929 Great Depression, now every country is becoming a protectionist. It wants to protect its own country's interests. They are all short term. For the long term, they need rule-based order, which is very much available in WTO. This is about WTO and present its relevance in tariff wars. What is the interest of UPSC in this matter? Let us discuss about that. So UPSC can ask about the principles about MFN, national treatment and reciprocity. And UPSC may also touch about this developing countries definition and what is the dispute resolution mechanism and the functionality of appellate body. These are topics that may be touched, maybe looked into by UPSC for generating questions in prelims paper. So that's it. Thank you.